Only one pistol was in the hospital room that day. Was it? I shot the clown. I believe you're supposed to present the gun here. Yay! According to the defendant, Zach Gramari, when he entered the room, there were 2 pistols on the table. 2? One of those pistols he had used to shoot the clown in the forehead. Then he left it in his pocket. Of course, this is what he would say. Unlike the hapless clown, we must assume our defendant had some brains in his head. Well, what about what Mr. Valent has told us? You see, there's something about his testimony that doesn't make sense. What might that be? I told you, I took the pistol that was there and shot the clown. That's your story, at least. But the rifling marks tell a very different story, Mr. Valent. Recall what Prosecutor Gavin told us. They compared the bullet taken from the victim's skull with the bullet fired from this gun. The rifling marks on the bullet were a perfect match. Oh. Mr. Valent, if you fired this pistol, then you shot the victim in the forehead. Order! 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 Well, this is all rather sudden. What have I done? Prosecutor Gavin? I owe the court an apology. Sorry. Sorry for what? You see, I was unaware that 2 of these unique pistols were crafted. The analysis of the rifling marks only proved the type of gun that fired them. But that's not what you told us before. You said you verified the murder weapon. Which is why I'm apologizing to you now. Quite sincerely, I might add. Would you hold me accountable for a mistake made in my youth? That was just this morning. I am still young. And I might add, it wasn't really my fault. If the defendant had only admitted that he took 1 pistol from the scene of the crime, we wouldn't be having this pleasant discussion right now. Valent Gramari. Yes, Your Honor? You are presented to this court as a decisive witness, but you've proven to be more divisive than decisive. Objection! You'll see in time. Testimony so far has merely been a review of the facts. The proof comes next. Care to elaborate, Prosecutor Gavin? When Mr. Valent entered the hospital room, the victim had already been shot. And his next testimony will prove he'll right the real fight is about to begin. Bring it. Very well, the witness will now testify to the court. Help us determine who shot what. I arrived in the hospital room at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obligation, then called in the doctor. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. He was quite clear about the time of death. 11:10 p.m. And the one in the room at the time was my partner, not me. Those are rather close times, you have to admit. We're talking about an alibi established over a matter of minutes. To use a 10-minute discrepancy as the basis of your alibi. It's easy to explain in this situation here, Judge. For example, take your debut hit single, 13 Years Hard Time for Love. Cue to the song, press the play button, and it will play for 2 minutes, 15 seconds. Do it 100 times and the result is the same. The debut singing was only 2 minutes and 15 seconds long? What a ripoff. Magic is a world of utmost precision. Hocus Pocus requires admirable focus. How dare you rhyme? You're not Sakura. Yeah, I'm kidding. Anyone can rhyme. I'm not gonna go that far. And in the time of death determined by the doctor, there is an inconceivable truth. Very well. The prosecution warns us that we're dealing with rather precise times, and we can't expect the cross-examination to require the same level of precision. I would hope the defense refrains from customarily bored sweeping accussions. Least be blurred to focus the case so clearly demands. Point taken. Baseless remarks will result in penalty. Carry on, Mr. Wright. Carry on. Right. Is this one of the, I think this is one of those things where if you press on a wrong statement, you'll get a penalty. But thanks to my sheets, I don't have to worry about that. Unlike in Trials and Tribulations where I was worried about that every single second. I arrived at the hospital at the appointed time, which is to say 11:20 p.m. 11:20 p.m. Can you prove that's when you arrived? Alas, such a feat may be beyond a great valiant. For there were no one in that room but Magnifi, and he was departed after a fashion. I have here the defendant Zachariah's sworn deposition. I snuck into his room at the night at an appointed time. It was 10 minutes before I left the room, and the victim was still alive. The time indicated this letter to Zach was 11:05. Exactly, which means the witness could not have entered the room before 11:15. But his partner was still in the middle of his crime. I see someone did their arithmetic homework. You see, the defendant himself has cooperated with the witness's testimony. Does that all make sense? See, like you'll get a penalty for this, so, there's a contradiction. The only problem I see here is the glaring contradiction in that testimony. Was that a question? I guess it was. You have been warned here, right? Baseless remarks will be penalized. Well put, Prosecutor Galvin. Oh, Mr. Wright, here's my answer to your question. After discovering the body, I fulfilled my obliteration and called in the doctor. You walked in on a murder? The first thing you do is shoot the clown? The disciple does what the disciple must. My mentor's request, without reason, has caused for me a spirit of sorrow. For what I vowed it would be now without him. Jeez. May the soul of Magnifi find greater peace above. This I muttered to myself as I pulled the lonely trigger. In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Herr Attorney. May I remind you that baseless remarks will earn penalties. Proceed with that mind. Yes, Your Honor. What a pain this is turning out to be. The doctor examined the body before the police arrived. Did the doctor say anything concerning the cause of death? Why, yes. I believe, he screamed, my God, he's been shot in the head. It doesn't take a doctor to notice that. I believe I would have said the same thing. And I would have penned the requiem of the rose in my sword to her at sight. Whatever happened to good old-fashioned investigation? In any case, I believe this is nothing more than what we have already learned. I'm still waiting for one of those right moments, Herr Attorney. May I remind you that baseless remarks will earn penalties? Proceed with that in mind. Yes, Your Honor. What a pain it's turning out to be. Really? He just said the exact same thing? It was quite clear about the time of death. 11:10 p.m. I don't think I'm stepping out on a limb to say I have some doubts about this. How could a doctor be so precise with the time? We do usually only get an estimated time of death, true. I'm not sure I've heard of a verified time of death. Magic reveals in making the complex appear simple, but reality is the opposite. What appears complex in this case is a simple matter of subtraction. I see another person has done arithmetic homework. The point here is the IV the victim was taking. It's quite visible in the photograph of the scene. Recall what we heard earlier about the victim, Magnific Romari's schedule. Every night at 11 Magnifi took an IV drip for 30 minutes. I can see the IV bag that's right there, yes. Now look a little closer. Follow the tube down from the bag to the end. Ah! The needle's been removed. Obviously, it fell out when he was shot. That would seem to be the case. When the needle comes out, the IV no longer drips. Ah, you could just measure the remaining IV liquid. Precisely. The IV liquid functions for a purpose as an hourglass, of course. This is how the doctor determined the time of death. From the amount of remaining in the bag, it was determined that the IV had stopped 10 minutes after administration began. IV report added to the court record.
And so it was, when I, Vala, entered the room. 10 minutes had passed since that horrible crime was committed. And this is proof.
Well, Mr. Wright? Did that seem important? There. Well, seeing as how the biggest clue we have to the time of death, I'd say it's very important. Agreed. It would be hard to imagine a more precise way to determine the time. Behold the power of arithmetic. Very well. The witness will add this detail to his testimony.
Sometimes the most magical thing of all is the truth.
I thought it was friendship.
The water of life springs not eternal. The remaining IV liquid proves my innocence.
Did you notice the IV yourself by any chance?
When first I entered the room, the stench of gunpowder assailed me. Next, the mark of death upon my mentor's forehead. And then, his left arm I spy a rose dripping and wilted. Its torn to skirt an IV needle.
Knocked from the vein by the force of the shot, luckily for you. If the IV had not been there, well, you might be a suspect.
Indubitably so. I might say it's thanks to my lucky color.
Your lucky color?
Indeed. Even today I wear a proud upon my suspect's oath. For as always, without fail, brings me luck. Why then, Zack Endowed won the first position's Grand Prix. Yes, the very one held the Association of the International Magicians. I was adorned the entire day too, and a trophy, a bust. Ah, what a day that was.
This is one trip down memory lane no one needs.
My lucky color is indeed, and the IV too. I say I think 'twas you, especially for me, Valiant.
That does seem to be the case indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, any thoughts on this testimony? Valiant sure looks happy with himself. Okay, how about this lucky color testimony? That's a contradiction. It certainly sounds like your lucky color has brought you plenty of luck. But not this time. Mr. Valiant, your lucky color betrayed you.
I'm afraid you've lost me.
Your Honor, the witness's testimony just now clearly contradicts the evidence. What? Please recall my warning at the beginning of the cross-examination, Mr. Wright. Baseless conclusions will be duly penalized. I do hope this latest accusation is well based. Don't worry, I've got all your bases right here. All your bases belong to us. Very well, let's hear the defense's claim. Where is your evidence that contradicts what Mr. Valiant has told us? Present the crime photo. The crime scene tells all, Your Honor. The photo of the crime scene? All this talk of color has me yearning for black and white, clear-cut sympathy. Tell us here, right? Just where is the contradiction in this photo? My pleasure. And I assure you it's quite simple. But I can't promise anything in black and white. Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What if this photo contradicts the witness's testimony? Drag it to the IV bag. Valiant Gormari, let's get one thing straight about your lucky color. It's yellow, yes?
Kinda takes that mystery out of it, but yes.
Something wrong with yellow, Mr. Wright?
Yes, there is. Decisively wrong, in fact. Take another look at the photo of the crime scene.
What's this?
Confusion, doubt. Tell us what your elderly eyes spy.
Even my elderly eyes can see a problem here, Mr. Balance. Look at the IV bag.
What's this? What? Foul magic? It would be hard to call the IV liquid yellow, and I'm afraid no magic was involved in taking this photograph. Alakazoo!
Order! What does this mean? This is some kind of a mistake. You're supposed to get it, Gavin? You're a witness this mistake.
The greenier they are, the harder they fall. I suppose there's no substitute for experience. Valiant Grimari, as you reminded us several times, your lucky color is yellow, but the IV is clearly not. Well, this contradiction can mean only one thing.
And to think, you almost had me. I see your true colors now, Ace Attorney Phoenix Wright. So do you like to tell us, Prosecutor Gavin? As far as the court can tell, the witness's testimony does contradict the evidence.
Yes, a contradiction. One that I shall be pleased to hand right back to Mr. Wright. How do you mean? How? Because the witness has no mistakes. I agree, at a glance, the IV liquid does appear sort of greenish yellow. But I assure you, the liquid itself is quite yellow.
Yellow liquid? How can you say that? As far as I can tell from the photo, it's green.
Yes, but what color is the IV bag itself? The bag? You mean the plastic bag on the hook?
It looks like, I want to say light blue.
Precisely. Figured it out yet? Put a yellow liquid in a blue bag and you get green. This, incidentally, is the liquid's true color.
I see. Your explanation does have a ring of truth to it.
As I thought. There's no substitute for experience, Prosecutor Gavin.
What?
You may tell a good tale, but you've just proven something rather grave for you, that is.
Grave?
The liquid in the IV is yellow, yes. But how does this witness know that? It's quite unnatural when you think about it. You did think about it, didn't you? Your Honor, the defense requests an explanation from the witness. At the scene of the crime, the IV liquid appears to be green. So let me ask, how did the witness know the IV liquid was actually yellow?
Order! Mr. Wright, you'll explain this at once. The witness clearly knew the color of the IV liquid. So I'm sure it means something, but what?
I can think of only one possibility, Your Honor. The witness, Valiant Grimari, has testified that IV liquid was yellow because it looked yellow, he'd seen it before. But with the facts before us, the answer is clear. The witness knew the IV liquid was yellow. Why? Because he'd seen it before. But not inside the blue bag we see in the photo. He saw the liquid by itself in clear, colorless bag.
I suppose he would have had to, but I'm still not clear as to what all this all means.
Ask yourself, why would he know if he didn't work at the hospital? That's where you find your meaning, Your Honor. I'm afraid I find nothing. So what if you know the IV liquid's color? Leaving us get excited over absolutely nothing to our television fans, yeah. The IV liquid is the only evidence proving the time of death. A 30-minute hourglass with 20 minutes worth of sand remaining. You claim, Prosecutor Gavin.
I remember it well.
However, there's a critical difference between an hourglass and IV bag.
Oh, wait, I know. An hourglass uses sand, but IV uses liquid. I'm right?
As much as it pains me to say this, Your Honor, no. Unlike the sands through an hourglass.